Today is day 6, and today I was really overthinking about what I want to speak about. So, in a genius move, I'm going to talk about overthinking. Overthinking is so easy. It's so easy to be confused about what do I talk about this? Do I talk about that? If I'm trying to do something, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I integrate multiple different ideas together? It's very easy to overthink. And I have personally realized that I, as I get older, I overthink more. Overthinking is almost a function of knowing too much. When you're younger, you don't know as much about the world, but your brain is very adaptive. So, whatever new information it is presented with, it reacts and adapts to it. And apart from the anxiety and all of those things that you have with youth, the fact that you know very little is a singularly strong advantage. And the reason is because you're not wedded to the older way of doing things. You are approaching everything as if it is new. So you can think up from first principles and you can come up with new ways of doing things. But as you get older, you know more and more about the world, and it is a necessary process of growing up. Certain information about the world you've seen so many times that it solidifies, and that kind of becomes your perspective of the world. The harder and the more solid your perspective is, any new information that you encounter, you are using the same older lenses, but just kind of inflexibly applying it to the new concepts. This is the reason, also, analogously, why when you are a baby and you pick up a new language, you pick it up without an accent. Whereas when you pick up a language when you're older, you necessarily pick it up with an accent because you're using the same phonemes that you know from a previous language that you know and applying it to a new language. So that's where the accent comes in. And um, as you get older, because you know more of the world, you are applying the previous lenses, and this really slows you down. And it slows you down because you know all of the reasons that you could fail, and you're absolutely right in thinking about all of the reasons that you could fail. And the idea is that in spite of the many ways that you could fail, the only real path forward is to act on something. I'll give you an example. There's somebody that I was coding with, and when we were coding together, I noticed that the quality of code that this person produced was not of a high quality. And the quality of code that I wrote and what I expected from other developers to write was of a much higher quality. And for a brief period, I became a little abrasive and arrogant about it. Then I realized, okay, let's look at it from this perspective. Let's say that my code is significantly higher quality. Um, the error rate of my code is, let's say, only 10%. That means 90% of the code I write is really high quality. But that comes at the cost of speed. I think a lot more before I put pen to paper, or in the space like write keyboard to fingers. And because of that, over let's say 1 hour, I'm taking one decision. Or let's say I'm taking 10 decisions. And in 10 decisions, nine of them are right. Now, another person, this other person, yes, their code quality was not great, but you know what they did? They were taking many more decisions than I was every second. So let's say the quality of their code is such that only 50% of the code that they write is good. But in an hour, they're taking 100 decisions and they're moving forward with every decision. So over the entire similar spans of time, I am taking nine good decisions, this person is taking 50 good decisions because they're just moving that much faster. There is a point where your ability to create like perfect code or perfect ideas actually hampers you. And That's the reason why I decided today to just speak about overthinking, because it was meta enough, and the idea that just take a decision, move forward with it, and if it works out, great. If it doesn't work out, at least you would have learned something. Because if you're just thinking, then you are using your memory, and memory is stale because it's something of the past. The only fresh information that you can give yourself is by acting and seeing how the universe reacts to the action that you have taken. So, end of the day, learn to take action as much as possible and not be stuck in your own head. So, anyway, day 6. Thank you for your time.